In the day's other headlines, House Democrats released a letter today that Donald Trump allegedly sent to Jeffrey Epstein for a 2003 birthday book for the later convicted sex offender. The Epstein estate provided the letter to lawmakers, which they posted online. It depicts a woman's body with the name Donald signed at the bottom. Deputy White House Chief of Staff Taylor Budowich responded online that that is not the president's signature. Trump himself has previously denied writing any such letter and filed a $10 billion lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal for defamation, saying the letter is fake. The posting of the letter today comes amid a bipartisan push in Congress for the release of further files on Epstein, who killed himself in prison in 2019 while awaiting trial. The president has not been accused of any misconduct. The Trump administration is asking the Supreme Court to keep nearly $5 billion in foreign aid frozen. Today's emergency application comes after President Trump last month used a rare maneuver called a pocket rescission to essentially bypass Congress in holding up the funds. Last week, U.S. District Judge Ali Amir found that action was likely illegal and ordered the administration to spend the money. In today's filing, Solicitor General D. John Sauer said that ruling, quote, raises a grave and urgent threat to the separation of powers. A federal appeals court upheld a ruling today that ordered President Trump to pay $83 million to writer E. Jean Carroll for defaming her. The three-judge panel in New York was unanimous in rejecting Trump's argument that he deserved presidential immunity from Carroll's lawsuit. The case stems from Trump's repeated social media attacks against Carroll after she accused him of sexual assault in a Bergdorf Goodman dressing room back in 1996. The president has also been found liable for sexually abusing Carroll in a separate trial that was also upheld on appeal late last year. The Prime Minister of France lost a confidence vote today, toppling his minority government and deepening a political crisis for a major U.S. ally.
L'Assemblée nationale n'a pas approuvé la déclaration de politique générale.
Lawmakers overwhelmingly ousted François Bayrou after just 9 months in office. The centrist had faced backlash for his plans to tackle the nation's ballooning national debt. In Paris, residents say they are worried about the future.
When you listen to the party leaders talk about it, it was predictable. Now his resignation, who to replace him? Everything is going to hell in France.
Bayrou is expected to hand in his resignation to President Emmanuel Macron tomorrow. The French leader has vowed to name a replacement in the coming days. Macron will be seeking a fourth prime minister in just a year as he seeks to find stability and support in a fractured political landscape. In Ukraine today, officials called Russia's massive aerial attack this weekend a, quote, clear signal that Russia does not want peace. Prime Minister Yulia Svyridenko says Russia is mocking diplomatic efforts. This comes as Ukraine released images of around 60 foreign diplomats visiting damaged offices in Kyiv. This was the first time Ukraine's main government building was hit in the war. The attack was the largest since Russia's full-scale invasion more than 3 years ago. At least 4 people were killed. Meanwhile, in Washington today, European and U.S. officials met to discuss possible new sanctions on Russia. If approved, they'd be the first coordinated measures against Russia since Trump returned to office. In Nepal, police opened fire on protesters today, killing at least 17 people. Tens of thousands were demonstrating against a government ban on social media platforms like Facebook and YouTube that took effect last week. The unrest escalated quickly, with protesters hurling rocks and police using water cannons on the crowds. Officials say some 145 people were wounded, including 28 police officers. Protesters say the ban violates their rights.
It is against our freedom of speech, and they want to control us just like a dictator.
Authorities say the ban was enforced after social media companies failed to register and submit to increased government oversight. Critics say such actions could be used to crack down on press freedoms and punish government opponents. Back in this country, the family of media mogul Rupert Murdoch has settled a long-running dispute over control of his empire. Murdoch's son, Lachlan, will take over assets, including Fox News, The Wall Street Journal, and others for years to come. Under the terms of the deal, as first reported by the New York Times, Lachlan's 3 eldest siblings will each get $1.1 billion. The deal puts to rest years of legal wrangling over the financial and political future of the media company, which has long espoused conservative viewpoints. The board of News Corp put out a statement saying it, quote, welcomes these developments. On Wall Street today, stocks inched higher to start the week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average added more than 100 points. The Nasdaq also rose nearly 100 points on the day. The S&P 500 closed just below its all-time high. And Rick Davies has died. As a founding member of the British rock group Supertramp, he was the voice and piano player behind some of the band's most iconic songs.
Goodbye, stranger. It's been nice. Hope you find your paradise.
In hits like Goodbye Stranger, Davis mixed a wispy falsetto with a snarling baritone, all powered by his signature Wurlitzer piano. Alongside co-founder and vocalist Roger Hodgson, Davis helped anchor many other hits like Take the Long Way Home and Give a Little Bit. Rick Davies died this weekend in New York after a long battle with multiple myeloma, a form of blood cancer. He was 81 years old. Still to come, on the NewsHour, the Supreme Court rules sweeping immigration raids can continue in Los Angeles. Florida pushes ahead on its plan to end some vaccine mandates for schools. And Tamara Keith and Amy Walter break down the latest political headlines.
This is the PBS NewsHour from the David M. Rubenstein Studio at WETA in Washington and in the West from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University.